What's up, everybody? This is your boy Paco with Bars and Joysticks, bringing you the gas, never the mid. This video is a request coming from my boy Chris on our Bars and Joysticks Facebook page, who asked us about the demographic of black players in fighting games. Also, the amount of black women playing fighting games. I'm going to do a part 2 on that because I want to do more research on that, and I am intrigued with that question myself. Please follow all of our links that are listed below, and all the beats that you're hearing in this video are made by Amwa, and his links are below too. So let's get into this video. If you've been playing fighting games for a long time, as I've been, you might have noticed majority of the players in the community are black. Even the best players that represents America are black in these tournaments. There is a vast number of diversity in this genre, particularly with the representation of Asian, Hispanic, and black players. But why is that? Speaking from my personal experience, if you're in the age bracket of 25 to 35, arcade cabinets was a lot of our first introduction to fighting games. You would see a mom and pop pizza store bodegas with Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Marvel vs. Capcom cabinets. A lot of the times kids are lined up just to play these cabinets, not buy a slice of pizza. That being said, the accessibility of iconic fighting games pushed that to us meeting at arcades with groups of people, eventually buying a console as fighting games got more ported to consoles in the late 90s to early 2000s. Buying a arcade stick, training as you get better. Eventually fighting game tournaments grew from just smaller, low-key to much bigger events that we're accustomed to now. An article by Latoya Peterson of theundefeated.com titled "Why Aren't More Black Kids Going Pro in Esports?" referenced a graph of data from ESPN in 2018 documenting the fan base of esports, with a staggering number of white fans being 45%, 21% being Hispanic, 22% being black, and 12% being other. So there's a lack of interest from black fans watching esports, and a low amount of black competitors in esports. All the opportunities, an industry that brings over 600 million a year. Why aren't more black players? I think it goes into a lot of people not really aware of these opportunities in esports. The tougher ladder to climb in esports, and it being more team-based than single 1v1s that we see in fighting tournaments. In fighting tournaments, it's get past your competition, get to the top, you get notoriety and a fan base way more faster than esports that might play effect into it. To me, it might go a little more deeper than that and go into something that's referenced in Mike's San Diego Comic-Con 2021 had a big problem video, is the whole judgment of being black in the minority in tournaments, group chats, Discord servers in these games like Overwatch, Fortnite, Call of Duty, first person shooters, getting judged, racist comments, and the other side not really trying to take the chance to understand how we are very similar and actually have so much things in common. In the fighting game community, I would say from experience, you will experience more support, easier to make friends, because that gap of being like, oh shit, am I the only one here that reads comics, manga, and watches anime? No, the whole chat does that. It's easier to relate to people, removing that anxiety and getting straight to having so much fun, having a blast, and kicking ass. I'm not trying to say that the fighting game community doesn't have its downs with discrimination and racist comments, as unfortunately this stuff happens everywhere. It's less common for me to be called the hard R N-word here than me playing a game of Madden or Call of Duty Black Ops Online, especially if I hop on Xbox. Y'all Xbox brodies are wild. Ultimately, the number of black players will keep growing, and the support of organizations like BLM being represented heavy in FGC, with money raised for it in charity tournaments, top players endorsing, and the representation of black leaders in the community being shown and advertised. And also being like, hey, it's a bag to get here in fighting games all across the world. What are your thoughts though on the number of black players in fighting games? Why do you play fighting games? Stay tuned for part 2 of the video when I talk about the black demographic of women in fighting games. This is your boy Paco Escobar, bringing you the gas, never the mid. See you in space, cowboys.